Hello and Happy New Year. I hope you all had a wonderful new year. I am Andrea Baslassen. I'm an Adobe community expert, and I'm also a graphic and web design instructor. And why am I here talking to you? Oh my goodness. Have you ever lost inspiration or start to design and don't know what to design and you're just like kind of lost in limbo a little bit? Well, I have a solution, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. All right, so let me go ahead and share this with you so that you can see what I can see. All right, so we're going to create inspiration using two things. We're going to use the Photoshop inspiration generator, and it's going to tell us what we're actually going to create. What? And we're going to create it using Adobe Express. All right, so let's get started. Here we go. Let me close this tab because we don't need it. So the way that you get to the Inspirator is you just go to AdobeInspirationGenerator.com. That's what this is. And check this out. Look how interactive it is. It is so much fun. The main thing about this is that it's fun, but I can color my whole thing, just use the whole background, just using a mouse. Okay, that's not the gist of it, but that is something that's too cool. And I got excited, so I had to share. But what the inspiration generator is something that's going to tell us what we're going to create. It's going to have 3 criterion that it's going to have us create by. So all you do, and it's super easy, right? We just click get started. And then when we click get started, it's going to give us a spinny, right? We're going to spin. It's going to give us our 3 categories that we're going to create. So here we go. Curious robot flag, right? So the cool thing about this, if you like this, then that's what you'll create. Or if you don't like it, you'll spin again. But if you like it, you'll select this. Let's try our luck. I'm going to spin again. Another thing too is it comes in different languages. And you can get to the different languages up here. I'm going to say in English because that's, the language I know, but you have options. And that's pretty cool. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to spin again. And let's see what it gives us. Let's give us 3 is usually a magical number, but we'll see. So we got curious biker movie poster. Ooh, but think about it. So before, when I started, right, I had no idea of what I was going to create at all. But now I got some ideas, right? I got curious biker. I'm writing it down so that I can movie poster. Okay. And if we wanted to spin again, we can, but you already know how to do that. So we're not going to spin again. And I'm going to choose select this. So then it takes us into this other screen where I can paint my background. I just really like this, right? So I'm painting the background, but that's not why you're here. So the next thing that we can do is it tells us exactly what we have chosen. I already wrote it down, so I know exactly what. But if you don't have Photoshop or Express, but in this one, since it's Photoshop, you can click Photoshop. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do it in Express. You can get the starter pack and you can get inspired. And if you click on get inspired, which is really the only one that you need to click, you can go here and it'll show you what other people have created. So some people had a t-shirt and it says Magical Baker t-shirt. So this is what they created for Magical Baker t-shirt. Nice, right? This one is Adventurous Alien Billboard Edward. Look at that. Nice. This one is Hippie Swimmer album cover. So you see, it gives you the categories, and now you can go right into Express, which we're going to do right here. This is Adobe Express. Adobe Express is express.adobe.com. All you do is type that in the browser and voila, just magic, right? Magic. And then you sign in with any Adobe account and boom, you're in. All right. So let's go ahead and create a new project, but it told us that we're going to create a movie poster. So we already know we're going to do a movie poster. And the cool thing is there are templates that are up here. Look at all these templates up here for you. So if you wanted to use a template, you can. Now I'm going to use a template where we're going to be starting from scratch. But what I use the template for is to give me the size. That way I don't have to figure it out. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. I'll use a template just to get the size because then I don't have to figure out the measurements. What? Okay, so I'm gonna type movie poster right here. And then we'll see what it gives us. And here we have some movie posters. I'm a chicken, so I'm definitely not gonna click on that horror one because that just scares me. Yes, I am a chicken. You know what? And it doesn't matter which one I choose because we're going to be, deleting everything anyway. So I'm gonna choose this one. Now, typically, if there is something in the template that I like, let's say I like this font, then I would keep the font and then just work from there. I don't know that I want to keep the font. Right now, I just want to start from scratch. So I'm just gonna delete everything out and all you do is select it, delete it, click here, delete, click here, delete. And now we are left with just the background and we can choose any background that we want. So it said curious. And what do we think of when we think of curious? Well, one thing, I might not know what I think of when I think of curious. So what I do is I let the wonderful Adobe Stock help me. Yeah, we're gonna get help from Adobe Stock. Watch this. So we're gonna go over here to photos and click that. And I'm just gonna type curious in here. Because why not? I'm curious. That's why I would type curious. See that? You see that? All right. And so here are some of the photos for curious, and then if I see something I like, I love that. Look at that. Look at him just peeking over. So the cool thing is I'm just going to click it. And when I click it, it just appears, right? What's so awesome. Okay. So I'm going to do that one. I'm just trying to see some different ones because I never know which one I'm going to do. So I always choose quite a few. I like this one too with him. And I'm not going to use all these obviously, but I like to have options just in case. And then let's see what else represents curious to me. I love him peeking over the table. I think that's, oh, look at her. Oh my goodness. I love the kiddos. Okay. All right, you know what? I'm going to stop it. Oh, but look. Okay. That might be one. That's cool. So we'll see. We'll see. We might do a series. I don't know, right? Okay. So we got our inspiration. We got curious. So now the next word was biker. So I'll go in here and I'll look for some bikers. Curious biker and then movie poster. Okay. So let's see. This is interesting. This is interesting. So I'm just looking to see if any of these pique my interest for biker. And then I'm also looking at these at the same time and trying to figure out how I can incorporate it. I don't know yet. This is going to be a surprise for me and a surprise for you. Let's see. But all I'm doing is grabbing some photos to see what might work. That looks interesting. Let's see. I also like the background in that one, but we'll see. And I know you're like, what is she going to create with that? Listen to me. I don't know. No idea. Who is on a bike? Is that Santa on a bike? That is, oh my goodness. That might be fun. Okay. I don't know. All right. So I'm going to keep that. I'm going to stop at bikes. Okay. And so we got pretty much, I'm going to click off and I also got to go back later on and pick a background. But for now, let's play with these. Okay. So we have this image here that I just love that does remind me of curious. But when I think of curiosity, I think of a kid. And I love how his look is. And I love how her little look is. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use both of them, but I'm sure gonna try. So I'm gonna click on this one. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out the background. So all I have to do is click here and I can go over here to remove background and we'll just see how good AI does with taking out this background. Did pretty darn good. Look at AI. Oh my goodness. Adobe, I tell you. All right. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and say okay to that because I like that. So what I wanna do now, the idea that I have is maybe having, maybe making this pretty big. And then maybe both of them are looking over this. So this is the idea I had. Maybe she's A bit smaller. Let's just see. Let's see if this works out for us. Oh, because I love his shadow. She doesn't have a shadow. We could create a shadow. Oh, sorry, reflection. We could create a reflection and have some fun with it and blur it out. But we shall see. We shall see. For now, let me go ahead and I'm going to move him over a bit. I want him. Let's see. Yeah, let's go there. Go. Let's move her up a little bit. I like it. I'm going with it. Okay, so we got these two. Now, because I like them, I'm probably, I really should get rid of the background. Let's see. I'm going to remove the background. We'll see what happens. And then I may just have to make another platform and lose my reflection, but that's okay. All right, so I removed the background and notice that little piece right there. Well, I'm in this mode and I can erase it. So I'm going to erase it out just for now. Okay, so I'm going to build another back platform for them to be looking over. But for now, let's go with these two. Okay, so I'm going to check this and I'm going to click here. I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to click this one and I'm going to group them. And this is just so that I can move them together. I'm going to move them down for now because I'm done playing with this part. But what I am thinking is I could have them like looking over, see how she's looking up. So she's looking up at the action. So that might be what happened. Almost like what we do, almost like a dream sequence, maybe, right? They are looking out and the plateau could be down here. I don't know, ideas happen. Inspiration hits when it hits. All right, so I'm going to remove this background because let's see what we get. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna remove that background. I'm gonna be okay with this. And I'm going to, maybe this is a scene, from the vision of kids. I don't know. I don't really know. I actually like this as a background. Let me just see how it looks. So I'm clicking on this and I'm just gonna click on this add to background and see what happens. I kind of like that because what I'm seeing is a child's mind. And now I'm going in the direction of this is just their vision, kind of like, what do you see? I don't know. All right, so we'll see. We'll see. It might work. It might not work. This might be one of those things where I'm like, oh, this isn't going to work, but I do want him on the road. Okay, so we'll see. All right, so let's see if I want this one. And I'm just right now just removing backgrounds to see what type of inspiration I get. And if it doesn't work, guess what? I delete it. That's not going to work. And this one's probably not going to work for what I want to do. So I'm going to delete that one. This one I like, and I love him looking over. So what if I had them at the bottom looking down and him at the top looking over? I don't know. Definitely not going to keep the yellow. So let me just remove that background and see. I got rid of his hands and I could bring his hands back. But I don't know that I want to. Hang on. I just, you know what? The inspiration just keeps hitting. Different idea after idea. Okay, so with this one, let me remove the background. Not sure if it's going to work, but I'm this one actually might be the background that I use, but we shall see. Let me hit the check mark. Let me move that out the way. Nope. Gonna delete it because we don't need it. Okay, so we have this guy on a bike. We have Santa coming in from the side. We have this guy looking down like, yo, what is happening, right? So imaginations are flowing. We shall see what happens in a minute. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna actually delete his shoulder. He's just gonna be a head. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and edit the cutout right here, and I'm gonna erase his shoulder. I know some of you are cringing. You're like, oh, what is she gonna do? And honestly, I can't tell you what she's gonna do because who knows? It is just this is from the mind of me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit check mark. I'm gonna move him over. Oops, I missed a piece. Let me hit erase this real quick. All right. All right, let me edit cutout and let me erase. If yours gets stuck like that, sometimes it does. All you do is just go back in, erase it out, and go back in, try to click out and then just go back in. You know, browsers, yeah, they just do things. Okay, let's see. All right, and right now I'm just cleaning it up just a little bit. I'm working with a mouse, so it's not the best job. You know, when my pen tab would do a better job, but my pen tablet. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be precise. This is a kid's fantasy. Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna move. So he's going to be, I forget what it's called, but I want to say like a bobblehead, but that's not what he's gonna be. Okay, so he's looking down. She's looking up. And then this is what they see. Let's see. Yeah, this is a kid's imagination. And then maybe, you know what, I'm going to duplicate this because we need a shadow. So I'm going to actually click on this. I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to flip it. Yep, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to put it underneath. And then I'm going to use my crop and shape. You saw it over there. I'm going to choose freeform. And what this is going to allow us to do is crop this up. So now I can hit the check mark or I can hit enter. And now we have the bike. And so what we're going to do is we're going to blur this just so that it's just a little shadow. We can increase the blur if we want here, but we're just going to blur it a little bit. And then we'll change the opacity a bit. Actually, you know what we'll do? Let's see, let's change the blend mode. Now I want to show you. So if we do multiply, that's going to take away the light areas. And if we do screen, it's going to take away the dark areas. So I'm just going to do multiply. Let's see if that's the effect that I want. It's, let me see if I get rid of some of the blur. Yeah, maybe like that. So I just want like a little shadow to know that something's underneath. I'm gonna move it up a little bit. And let's see. There we go. Nope. Sometimes it just does not work the way you want it to work. So I'm gonna bring that down just a bit, that blur, and then I'm probably not gonna do a blend mode. I'll just keep it like it is so that we can see the shape, the figure a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this and I'm gonna crop it just a little bit more, just a skosh. All right, and I don't want the hard shadow that I'm seeing right here, so I'll have to work that out and figure that out in a few. Okay, so with him, I want him looking down. So the next thing that I want to do, I have all of these elements, but I want to kind of make them look like they belong just a little bit more. The lighting on these are off. The direction of the light, I'm not going to be able to change, but I can change the I can make it blend more into the background. Now we have blend mode, which we talked about, but we're actually going to do this with a filter. So we're gonna go down here to filter, and I'm not gonna keep the pink dual tone on. That's not what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna go down here to multiply so that it blends more in with the background just a bit. So it's not so shiny and bright and looks like it doesn't belong. I'm gonna do the same with these beautiful things down here, which are children, because I just love them. All right, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go down to, that is too cute. Okay, I'm gonna go down to multiply, and I'm gonna same with this young lady, multiply, and see how they blend in with the photo just a bit more. Did I do it to Santa? I don't remember. Let me see. Let me go to filter. Nope, because he doesn't have a filter on him. I'm going to multiply. Okay, and it just blends him in just a bit more. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to group these two because they go together. So I'm going to group it a little bit. This way, if I reduce the size, it'll reduce the size of that as well. Okay, so we got these two little beauties. We got this young man up here, and he's looking down. I'm actually, let me see. I'm going to try one other thing. Let's go to shapes, and we're going to try a talk bubble. Let's see. Okay, I said talk bubble, but you know, let me just see if dream bubble is in here. It is in here. Okay, so I'm going to say that one is looking at this one. Let me look at the shapes real quick. Another might be looking in this one, and he's just looking down. So I'm gonna try to see. Let's try to see if we can. This will be coming from her. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I made it bigger. That's not what I meant to do. So she's, oh, let's flip it back. All right, so she is thinking of this one. And let's change the color. Now I want to change the color to a color that's in here. So what I'm going to do is click on the eyedropper. All I got to do is click, we'll get the coloring, and I can go into something in the background. Let's try here. Okay. So sorry. And then I might put that might be how I hide that hard shadow. Okay, so I like that. Okay, and then so for him, I'm gonna, from his little mind, make this a little bit smaller. I'm sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. I apologize. Let me grab. All right, so I'm gonna change this one to maybe a different color. Let me click on that, and maybe with him, nope, I don't want any in between. So maybe with him, we do something like, maybe I go in this area. Make it a little smaller. But this is what he sees. And then what I'll show you what I'm gonna do in a second. And then with him, he's just looking down, and then I'm gonna put the words over here. So with him, I'm going to, I'm gonna duplicate it. I lost my train of thought for a second. And then I'm going to select a color, and I'm gonna select one of the dark colors from here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this down a layer. So I'm gonna go up here, and I'm gonna, these are the layers right here. So these are how you see your different layers. And I'm gonna move this beneath this one. Yep. And then I'm going to move this into place so that it's just a shadow. That's kind of what we want with this, is a shadow. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna select, and I like it. But now that I got it like that, I want this lighter. So now I'm going to click on that, click on the eyedropper, and I'm gonna look for a lighter color. Okay, I like that. Okay, so with this one, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna duplicate it, and then I'm going to bring this down. Now, and I'm gonna change this color as well to that. I'm gonna use that same dark color. And then I'm going to, actually, I probably want to use a different color because that side is darker. So I'm probably going to make that lighter. And then this is her little fantasy. And then I'm going to bring this up because I just want it to be a little shadow. There we go. And then of course, I'm going to change that color. Now I'm going to click on this one, and I want that color to be just a bit different. I might want that one to be darker. I don't know. Let's click here. Let's click another color in the, let's go over here, blue. Maybe I go somewhere in Santa's jacket. I don't know. Let's see what works. Or maybe the gentleman's hat up there. Let's see. I'm not hating on that, so I'm gonna go with that. Okay. And then, okay, so we have Curious, those are the kids. We have the gentleman down there who's talking. We have the biker, we have the movie poster. And so now we just need the title for the movie. But I also said I wanted to fix this area here. So these are the minds of kids, right? So let's think biker. Let's type biker. Or we type bikes. We'll see what comes up. Okay, so we got biker here. I'm gonna grab this and all I have to do is click it. And oh, girl biker, love that, even better. Okay, and I'm going to, oops, I'm going to make sure I click here. So this is her fantasy. So I'm going to put that biker in that talk bubble. And I'm going to change the color, of course. Let's go with the color of Santa. Okay, so we got this biker. All right, and I also think about direction. This one's leaving the page. Do I want this to leave the page? No, so I'm going to flip the biker. Okay, so there we go. There we go. And I might tilt it just a little bit. Yeah, not bad, right? Not bad. Okay, and then so we'll get another shape and we'll get, let's see, we got the young lady. Maybe he's thinking about, maybe he's thinking about the helmet. Yeah. Right. Okay. And then of course, I want that direction to flip and I'm going to make it smaller. I'm definitely going to change the color, but we shall see. So I'm going to put this here and bring it down a little bit. I'm using my arrows on my keyboard. I'm probably going to tilt that just a bit too. Bring that over. Look at that. Okay. And then I'm going to change the color. So again, I'm going to use the color that let's try that. That looks good, but it's the same color as hers. Let's try that. That's not bad. Not enough contrast for me. So I'm going to search for a color. Let's maybe look at some of this blue. Okay, that's not bad. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, so we got the dream sequence, the biker with the helmet. She's thinking about a female biker, but also then there's Santa. So she's in between fantasy and that. And then, so now what we're going to do, we're going to grab some text. So I click here on text. And the cool thing, because Adobe is so cool, they just are. But the cool thing is I can actually, they have this preset text that's in here. So if I wanted to, I could choose one of these and make something happen, or I can choose text on my own. So I love having those options, and we do. So I could, like this one, Emma's birthday. I could say, just anything. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go to social. I'm going to click on more because more is going to give us more things that we can use. I could do this. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Hot tip. I got, more options that I can do. Well done, but these are already preset text and they're already grouped together for you, which is super cool. I love that cutie patootie one that was up earlier. I've used that quite a few times. This cute, that's kind of cute, but I don't know if, let's see, curious biker poster. I'm going to call this, what should we name it? Oh man, I'm missing my audience. All right, let's do Let's do, you know what? Let's click on this one. All right, and all we got to do is click and it appears. So let's say we're going to, for hours, and see this is grouped. You can actually click again to get to certain words. So let's say I wanted to do bikers. It's a movie poster. So maybe the movie name is Biker Kids or Biker. I know you guys are thinking of names right now, and I'm just not. Biker Fantasy, or Biker. I usually come up with like these cute little quick names, and I just can't think of one right now because bikers isn't my thing, and that's the challenge, and I like challenges. All right, so biker. For now, I'm just gonna put bikers are us. I'll probably change it because I'll probably think of something, but yeah, bikers are us. I don't know. That's not what I want to do, but we'll just see. But anyway, so I can change the colors. So I want to change the colors to the colors that actually are within here. So I'm going to change it to orange. Let's try burgundy. And then for the R, we can't do, well, we could. We would have to switch to the stroke. Let's try that color. Where was that color? Nope, that's not that color. Let me click here. Click here, and then let's get that color. We got to just click it, sample it, and then let's click here, and then let's grab a different color for that one. And we just grab that eyedropper right there, and we start pulling some of these colors. But I'm hoping that you guys can see that pretty much this all came about from, I don't like that. This all came about from us using the inspiration generator, and, you know, and then we just went from there, which is kind of cool. Okay, so bikers. Oh, you know what? Let's do, since Valentine's Day is coming up, for the, oops, love, oops, make sure you click on it. There we go. For the love oh, I'm seeing a spinning wheel. Okay, there we go. For the love of bikers. Okay, so for the love of bikers. All right, let's go with that. So for the love of bikers. Now, what I can do is if I don't, if I'm not like, say I'm not crazy about this text, which I'm not, I can go down here and I will have other options. Like these are the font recommendations. So like it's telling me, oh, what about this? And I can actually choose different fonts for different ones. You're going to see the recommendations. And if you don't like the ones it's showing you, you can click on explore more and it'll give you, you know, more. And since the whole mood of this change with the name for the love of, I might choose something different. So I decided I don't like these. So I'm going to delete it and I'm going to go with my own text route, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here to add your text, and I can add my own text in here. And I'm just going to say for the, and if I want for the, and then love of, and then I can say bikers. Yep. For the love of bikers. Okay. So, or I could get cute with it, right? I could say the number 4, since it's kids, for the love of bikers. Yeah. All right. So now what I can do is I can actually start designing this text on my own. So I can go over here, I can go and I can play with, you know, just the different type of curves. I can say, oh, for the love of bikers, I want this to be like in a circle, okay? You know, and that's kind of cool. I could curve it up, I could curve it down. I have plenty of options. I have options with the grids, I have options with the magic, which is actually one of my favorites. I can rotate and fit it. So I have all these options, you know, at my disposal. For the love of bikers, I can play with that with the number 4. And since it's kids, that might be cool. But I'm actually think I want to do the circle. I'm really into these circles lately. I don't know why, but I am. All right, so now I want a more bold font though with this. So I'm going to see what this one looks like. I kind of like that. And I kind of like what's happening here with For the Love of Bikers. You know, like that. I could go over his head. I'm not, but I have that option and I can do it. So you get in here and you just play. And I love it. I love the main thing I love about Express is the ability, like how easy it makes for you to be able to play. That is just, I just find that super uber amazing and I love it. Okay, so For the Love of Bikers. And then I could actually put a little bike in there if I wanted to, or something like that. I can also further play with the text. Like I can put a shape around it if I wanted to. I could give it a shadow, you know, go with something darker, of course. I can give it an outline if I want, and I would make it darker, of course. So you have pretty much really good options, and you can also make it a bit, you know, bigger if you want. If you really want it, you can change the direction, your outline itself. You can do transparent text. We're not going to do that, but you can make it larger, you know, to make it stand out a little bit more. But you have those options, and yeah, I think that. Okay, so it is changing color. I have been having my Express, sometimes it doesn't show the color change, but it is changing the color because you gotta see it. There it is red. Okay, so now for me, this is a bit busy, so I'm actually gonna get rid of him. He was a good idea, but not for this one. Okay, so For the Love of Bikers, I can put this here if I like, and if it works, that's cool. If not, then I can still play with that text, which is pretty awesome. So if I'm like, you know what, I don't know that I am in love with how this text is going, I could go back to something like this and then go back to, you know, something like this, so that it's For the Love of Bikers, you know, coming to a theater near you, you know, whatever is gonna help me convey this story, that this is a movie poster. And of course I would go in and put like, I would play with like UPC codes and things like that and place them in. But pretty much we have our poster, and the poster started from this inspiration generator where it told us to do curious, we covered curious. Biker, we covered bikers. Movie poster, we covered a movie poster. And that's how easy it is to get inspiration from the inspiration generator. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you go and you play with this inspiration generator and play with it with Express and create something super awesome. The whole goal of it is to give you inspiration when, for whatever reason, your mind is cloudy and you don't have it, or if you just don't think you're creative enough to come up with stuff, or just to add awesome, you know, awesome pieces to your portfolio that you created based on the inspiration generator and Adobe Express. So that's all I have for you today. If you liked it, let us know, like the video, add comments, like it, you know, all that fun stuff. So until next video, ta-ta for now. Ta-ta.